Purdy, and I want to welcome you to A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles. I want you to take a breath right now. Take a breath. So good to have you in my dream, as the Course would call it. We're going to get down today, and we're going to allow ourselves to let ourselves have the peace of love, the peace of God, the peace of truth from A Course in Miracles. And all we have to do is close your eyes right now. Let yourself have another way of looking at it. Let yourself have another way of looking at it. Whatever you're going through in your life right now, there's another way to look at it. Whatever's going on in your life right now, there's another way to look at it. Whatever you're doing, there's another way of looking at it. Whatever happening, there's another way of looking at it. So I want you to remember only this. Remember only this. You need not believe the ideas. You need not accept the ideas. You need not even welcome the ideas. Some of the ideas you may actively resist. 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 Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. Some of the ideas you will find hard to believe. And some of the ideas may seem to be quite startling. What did you say, Earl? Some of the ideas may seem to be quite startling. You are not asked to analyze the ideas at all. You are not being asked to analyze the ideas at all. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you. Their use will give the ideas meaning to you. Using the ideas will give the ideas meaning to you. Using the ideas that's what will give the ideas meaning to you. Using the ideas will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. If you want to know the ideas are true, what do you do? If you want to know that the ideas are true, what do you do? If you want to know that the ideas are true, what do you do? If you want to know the ideas from A Course in Miracles are true, what do you do? It's the use of the ideas that will give the ideas meaning to you and show you that the ideas are true. I am your divine repetition teacher. I am your divine repetition teacher. I am the remembering coach. I'm here to help you remember. I'm here to help you remember what you already know. I'm here to help you remember what you already know, but it's blocked by the crazy stuff that we've learned from the world. So tell yourself, their use will give the ideas meaning to you and will show you that the ideas are true. We're going to be on lesson 184. The name of God is my inheritance. The name of love, joy, and happiness is your inheritance. The name of God is your inheritance. The workbook lesson number 184. Workbook lesson number 184. Lesson number 184. Well, I want you to take a breath right now in this moment. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath with me. Wherever you are right now, whether it's in your car, whether it's in this room, or whether it's in your kitchen, or maybe in the bed, just stop for a minute. Just stop for a minute and breathe. This moment is holy. This moment is holy because you are remembering to listen. You are remembering to listen. You and I are joining in a single purpose. We're joining in a single purpose. That's to remember our shared name. Our shared name, our shared name, the name of God, the name of love is your inheritance. What in the heck does that mean, and how does that help us to know that? How does that make our life work better to know that? That's what we're going to cover today. So I want you to remember we have a shared name. That's the name of love. That's the name of God. The universal mind. Love that. The creator, the universal mind. So let's settle into that together. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, silently say within yourself, the name of God, the creator, the universal mind is my inheritance. The universal mind is my inheritance. The name of God is my inheritance. You are an extension of God. You are an extension of God. You are an extension of love. You are an extension of love. You are an extension of spirit. You are more than a body. 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 The name of God, since you're the child of God, like for instance, my name in the world is Purdy because I inherited that name from my father who was named Purdy. Your name is God because you inherited that name from your creator who is God. So that is your inheritance. That is your inheritance. So you're not trying to get peace. You're not trying to get peace. You're relaxing back into peace. You're relaxing back into peace. The voice of love is already here. The voice of God is already here, guiding your mind back home. You're being guided back home. You're being guided back home. You're being guided back to peace. You're being guided back to peace. You're being guided back to peace. So right now, let's give the next hour to remembering. No matter what you think you're dealing with in your personal life right now, we're going to take the next hour and we're going to focus it back into remembering. So let's get into the meaning of it. Every one of us has a name that we were given when we were born. And the sound that people call when they want us is our name. That's what gets our attention. So the Course in Miracles is saying lesson 184 is reminding us that we have another name. We have another name, and we have a timeless name, an eternal name. One of the things about the Course is that sometimes it's hard for people to see the relevance of what it's talking about. If you're worrying about paying your bills, it's hard sometimes for you to see the relevance of your recognizing that you are an extension of God. But it's because we've forgotten that we are extensions of God that we got the problem paying the bill, or we got the relationship problem. The Course in Miracles teaches that all problems are identity problems. that every problem that we have is coming from us believing we're bodies that are separate from each other and not remembering that we are loved and remembering that we are spirit. So this lesson is about getting in touch with the vibration of your real identity. It's that you have a real identity that's shared with the Creator, which we would call the universal mind. So the voice of God says, the voice of love says, you are an idea in the mind of God, and an idea never leaves its source. So what does that mean? That's not just poetry, it's metaphysics. In other words, if you've never felt your source, then if you've never left your source, if we're still connected to love, if we're still connected to God, if we're still connected to our Creator, then the separation between us and our Creator is impossible. So if your thoughts create your reality and you perceive what you think, then the most important thing you can do is think something different. The Course is giving us the thoughts to think to create another experience for ourselves. What the average person is doing is trying to fit the Course into the way they already think. So it's about, can I get this to make sense to the way I've already been programmed? And that's what makes the Course in Miracles difficult, because it's not at all going to fit into anything you've been programmed to believe from the world. That's why it's going to work. That's the blessing, is that it's not at all related to what we've been taught, because the way we feel, if we're not feeling happy, is because of the way we've been taught. So the answer has to sound different from the way that we think, but because the answer sounds different from the way that we think, that's where the resistance comes in. So what we're doing today is trying to bypass a lot of that. So first of all, you're not separate from your source. The Course says the only problem that we have is a communication problem. We don't know how to communicate with source. The way we communicate is not the way to communicate with God. So the world, however, actually runs on labels. And that's what that lesson is telling us. That our jobs, we label everything, right? We label our jobs, we label our roles, we label our successes, we label our failures. And just like a spiritual filing class cabinet, we file everything that we've gone through and everything that we're doing. But the more labels we add, the more loss we get. So I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a nephew, I'm an uncle, I'm a friend, I'm a Course in Miracles teacher, I'm a black guy. We got these tons of labels. And so what the Course in Miracles does is it takes whatever we've done and it uses the Course to benefit us through it. So now we're going to give ourselves another label. And the label that I'm going to give myself is God, that I am love, that I am also, that's my inheritance, is love. Now, what's the cool thing about an inheritance? When someone leaves you an inheritance, it's not necessarily anything you've done for it. That the person gets left $1 million by the aunt that they didn't expect to get $1 million from, they didn't earn that. That was an inheritance that they got as a gift, as an extension. And so that's what the Course is telling us. The name of God is our inheritance. The name of love is our inheritance. The name of abundance and freedom and light and joy and peace, that's our inheritance. So the Holy Spirit is just the voice of love. So the more labels we keep adding, the Course is telling us the more loss that we get. So it's bringing us back to basics. So the voice for love says, none of the names that you come up with are you. Being a mother is a role. A physical mother is a role. A physical father is a role. A husband, a boyfriend. All those things are just labels. They're not roles. They don't really define who and what you really are. So the voice of love tells you that none of these labels are you. And then the voice of fear, which is the ego, insists, yes, they are. You're all these labels. That you are your resume. You are your body. You are your story. And that's what the wrong-minded voice tells a person. Yeah. And somewhere in between those two voices is your awareness, your holy awareness. And your holy awareness is asking you one question. Who are you really? I know what you've been taught you are, but who are you really? And it's funny how in that first paragraph of that lesson, it says, you live by symbols, that you've made up names for everything you see. And each one becomes a separate entity identified by its name. By this you carve it out of unity. It's all of us are just one, whatever all of this is, but then we use our names to carve us out of unity. And all of a sudden we become these separate entities because we have separate names. And because we have separate names, we don't recognize we're one anymore. So the Course is telling us and trying to get us to understand that the question that everyone needs to answer if they're ever going to have an easy life is, who are you really? So that question is really the question that will start every miracle that you want in your life right now. Every miracle that you want in your life right now is going to come from you answering the question, who am I really? And guess what? What's the good news? You don't even have to answer that question because the Course in Miracles is answering that question for you and telling you exactly what you are. You are an extension of the love and the Creator that created you. And the Course calls it you are the Son of God, but it's not talking about gender. It says Son means mind of creation, God means love. So you are the mind of love. You are the extension of love. Don't let the terminology in the form of terminology fool you. The Course in Miracles is not at all talking about gender anything, because all gender is related to the body, and the body is separate, and the body doesn't last, and the body isn't what we really are. So it doesn't matter really what you call yourself at a gender level if it's based on the idea that you're a body and you're separate from everybody. That's part of the separation, is that I'm a man, you're a woman, I'm a black man, you're a white woman, whatever. You know, all those are just labels that make us think that we're separate from each other. So the question is the start of every miracle and every correction in your perception, because once you question your false name, like Earl Purdy is my false name. Earl Purdy isn't my real name. The child of God is my real name. The Christ within me, Purdy Earl, if you want to do it backwards. You know. And so the Course in Miracles is trying to get us to understand that once you question the false name and you start to maybe give yourself a hint that you might be something more than what you thought you are, it says that's when you're already on the way home. The minute I say, you know what if I'm not what I've been taught I am? What if I'm not just this body that dies one day? What if I'm not just this gender that I think I am? The Course says that's the start of the miracle. So I want you to say, in your mind, I want you to say right now, I am not this body. I am not this body. I am not my story. What? I am not my story. I am as the universal mind created me. I am as the Creator created me. I am as God created me. Now let me say that for you. Let me say that for you. Let yourself just let it in. Let it in. Sometimes it's what you have to do. You are not this body. You are not your 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 story. 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 You are as God created you. You are as God created you. What? You are as God created you. You are as God created you. Repetition, 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 repetition. I know the mind is all ready to analyze. I know your mind is all ready to figure it out. That is not how you're going to solve the problem that you're going through right now. It's not going to be something you're going to solve by figuring it out. It's going to be something you solve by recognizing you're not your story, because it's your story that's got you upset. that you're not your body, which means you're something more than your body and you're a spiritual being, and that you are as God created you, and your creator is love, so you were created as love. What's the problem? All the things I've learned contrary to that. All the things I've been programmed to believe contrary to that. So I want you to realize that the Course in Miracles is not asking you to escape life. It's just asking you to be willing to see it correctly. I'm not asking you to run away from your relationship. I'm asking you to be able to see it correctly. I'm not asking you to run away from your financial situation or whatever's bothering you in your life. The Course is saying, I really just want you to see it correctly. So we're trying to see through the veil of all the different labels that we've given ourselves. We're trying to get in touch with that shimmering light that we really are, that's actually underneath everything. I was just saying earlier today, if a person's angry and upset and they're sad or they're ashamed, the thing that I always encourage them to do is get all of their feelings out exactly the way they feel their feelings without trying to be spiritual, unless that's coming naturally and authentically. Just say the way that you feel. Why? Because it's behind that veil of labels. It's behind that story that the part of you that has some sense is located. The part of us that has the peace is located. So imagine this with me. I want you to imagine that you're walking through a crowded street, and every person you see has this shimmering word of light that's around them and above their head. Sometimes you're going to start to see light around the objects that you see as being familiar. And it might freak you out the first time that happens, because as you begin to recognize that you're more than a body, you'll also start discovering new psychic abilities that you didn't know you were capable of. That goes with your higher self, your God self, your divine self. And one of those is the ability to see auras, is what they call it, which is the light that surrounds us. And it changes different colors depending on what you're thinking and on what you're feeling. So the Course says at first you start having, it called it light episodes. And so as you're walking past those people, see them all as having the same name as you, which is they are love, they are spirit. Everybody that we're walking past, everybody that we're seeing on a crowded street is just like us. They are spiritual beings who are responding to all the labels and all the stories that they've been given, who are also innocent, but they also have thoughts, feelings, and emotions and beliefs that's creating their personality in the way that they're dealing. Sometimes when you're walking down the street or you're in a crowd of people, say, oh, and you're watching people crossing the street, say, oh, I'm looking at bodies crossing the street. Oh, I'm watching bodies walking down the street. Oh, I see bodies sitting in front of me, because that will help you break body identification and realize that you are more than your physical body. So when we're looking at bodies, we're not looking at each other. You're not looking at me right now. Did you know you're not looking at me right now? You're looking at my body right now. And then you're calling my body me. And I'm looking at your body and I'm calling your body you. So you are not your body. Your body is the way that you communicate and that you join minds in this world. So I'm able to communicate with you because you use your body to bring a part of your mind that thinks it's in the body to this class so you could hear what I was sharing from the Course in Miracles. So the body is nothing but the medium that you communicate through, but your body is not you.
Thank God.
Your body is, thank God, especially as your body gets older, right? Because as your body gets older, you want the idea that you have an eternal life beyond the body to be something that's true. When you're young, you're busy being concerned about getting people to act out your script and do what you want them to do, else you get mad. That's what you do when you're young. It's all about everybody's supposed to be acting the way you want them to act in order for you to be happy. Agreed? It's basically always I got some story that I'm upset about, one thing or another. And if you're in a situation that it looks like there are a lot of different things that are bothering you, then that just simply means there's a lot of different areas of my life that I'm choosing not to see correctly right now. That's all that means. There's a lot of areas that I'm not seeing correctly. Well, what would be seeing it correctly? Seeing it correctly would be for me to recognize that everything I'm looking at is an image that I'm making up. That everything I'm looking at is an image that I'm making up. It's an interpretation that I'm using. Perception is interpretation. So every time you see something, you're really saying, I'm interpreting it. A perception is an interpretation. A perception is an interpretation. So everything you see is an interpretation. Let me give you an example. See me as Earl Purdy, that's an interpretation that you have. It's an interpretation that I'm Earl Purdy. The Course in Miracles says, no, use the interpretation that I'm looking at spirit. Use the interpretation that this is God's child, and you're God's child, and you're love's child, and you're love's child. That we are extensions of love, and love is the name that's our inheritance. The one thing you're going to see in the end is that you are loved, and you're lovable. That's the truth about you. Yes. So when we come together, we are giving ourselves a chance to hear the truth about ourselves. So see that same name shining in everybody. And that's what Jesus of the Course meant when he said we share one identity. And also the name of God, the name of the Creator, the universal mind actually is literally the glue that's holding everything together. Everything is part of one mind. There's one mind, and what we're looking at is the projection of everything from that one mind. There are only two things that you're going to project from your mind. You're either going to project some form of fear, or you're going to project some form of love. That's all everybody's doing. They're projecting it from their own mind, seeing it out there, and then thinking that they need to change the out there in order to change what's upsetting them, instead of realizing you are an unlimited child of God, so you have the power to determine what you see. One of the things that I love is when the Course says, there's a lesson that goes, my thoughts are images that I have made. That is really a deep sentence to me, because he says what we think are our thoughts are not our real thoughts. That what we call our thoughts are just images that we are making up. They're not real thoughts. So what people are responding to all day as their thoughts are just images that they're making up, or stories that they're making up in their own mind, and then seeing the story that they're making up. But that's not a real thought. A real thought is loving, and a real thought is eternal, and a real thought cannot be ended. So a real thought is a thought of love, which is a thought of freedom, which is a thought of fun, which is a thought of joy, which is a thought of health, which is a thought of peace, which is a thought of oneness, and that never changes. A real thought never changes from being the love that it is. So if a person is experiencing anything other than real love or consistent love, they're dealing with the images they're making up in their mind, and then projecting it out into their world, and then responding to it. Any questions or comments about that? That's the Course calls it images that we have made. Mm-hmm.
Before I forget, because I've already forgot exactly what you said, but you said cannot be, you were talking about the three things. Anybody else here? That was just what we were just talking. You were just running it through.
Without more specifics, it'd be hard for me to remember exactly what it is. But it's recorded.
I realize that.
Yeah, you'll be able to listen back to it. Anybody else about any comments or questions about
what makes
what
it
I've
real?
said?
What makes?
Oh yeah.
There's three things that you were saying. Eternal.
Right. If it's real, it's eternal, and it's only loving, and it never changes. You can. If you were to understand that you are not using your real thoughts, that you are using your story, your labels, your images, it's what you're making up. How do you know it's an image you're making up that's going on in your life? Because nobody else knows about it or sees it until you tell them. Think about that for a minute. I don't care what's going on in y'all's life right now. I won't know anything about it until you tell me. I can't look at you and know that you had an argument with your boyfriend this morning. That's how we know it's an illusion. Because something that's an illusion is always something that you're the only one that's aware of. and it's not permanent, and it's temporary. So if you can be happy in the morning and sad in the evening, then you had an image that you gave yourself in the morning that made you feel good, and you had a label and an image that evening that made you feel bad. The upset is coming from your story, and it's coming from your images that you're making. That's the only thing that's ever upsetting anybody. So I want you to remember to breathe right now. Breathing is really important. So it's not so much an idea that you're thinking as it is really an energy that you are feeling. So the name of God is not a word. So when we say the name of God, we're not talking about a word. When we say the name of God, we're talking about a state of consciousness. The name of God is a state of consciousness. So when you're at peace, when you're kind, when you're laughing, that's the name speaking through you. See, that's a different kind of take on it.
That's cool.
When you judge, when you worry, you just tune to the wrong station. Judgment is on channel 9 and peace is on channel 6. So if you happen to tune into channel 9 that day, you're going to think it's a lousy day, but it's really you're tuning into different levels and thoughts within your own mind. There's a channel where you would project images of unlimited abundance and joy and peace and vacations and nice places to go. And the Course calls it the happy dream. It's like you can project different dreams. Just like you can have different dreams, you can have what you think of as a different physical life. Because here's the kicker: the physical life is a dream.
Yep.
When that roll your boat thing, merrily, life, that is the truth. This will not, you get to the point where this won't make any sense to you until you start to accept that it's a dream. Because it's only in a dream that you could be in a world that has less love. See, the Course is saying you all need to make a choice. Either you were created by love that would always love you and heal you unconditionally, or you think that you are created by something that would create pain and fear and upset. You need to make a choice. Because are you a child of love? Is the name of God your inheritance? Or is the name of fear your inheritance? So the name of God is what? It's a state of consciousness. And when you're at peace and when you're laughing, you're letting that name of God speak through you. But when you judge, when you worry, you just tuned into what? The wrong channel. So if I'm on channel, if I'm looking at a movie I don't like, and the movie theater was a multiplex, and I'm looking at a movie I don't like, I don't try to fix the movie. I go to another one. Stop trying to fix your life. Go to another channel. And the Course is teaching you how to switch stations where you are trying to fix the movie. There is a channel for you to live on where you have total peace. Just like you're on a channel right now that may be giving you fear and giving you conflict. So switch frequencies.
So it's just, I don't know, like this is a lot, it's big, kind of feels big.
It is big.
It is big.
It is big. Because now the temptation is going to be to analyze it. That's going to be the temptation. It's going to be to analyze what was just said rather than to just hear it first. Because remember what we heard a few weeks ago about how you accept the truth? What's the stages? First, I tell you the truth, and you don't believe it. See, but you keep repeating it. And then you keep repeating it until when? Until you start to partially believe it with some reservations.
Yeah.
Then what do? You still keep on repeating it, considering it seriously more and more. Then all of a sudden what happens? You accept, hey, I really am loved. I really am the child of God. Hey, I'm really not a victim. Hey, I really can change channels and put myself. See, that's the quick way to do it. The slow way to do it is, I don't believe it. Say something to me right now that's going to make me believe it and understand it immediately. But if I already believed it and understood it immediately, I would already be in that state of peace. So just give yourself the first stage of truth, which is letting yourself hear it and repeat it. And what were you getting ready to say, Jax? I still want you to get out what you were saying, but I also want to save you some time too.
Oh, no, I'm with you. Just along those lines,
Mm-hmm.
and the way you're explaining it,
Mm-hmm.
just gives a lot of body to that idea of like, we can either make or create, but we're going to be doing one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Along with this, acknowledgement that seems to happen throughout the course of like, it is maybe impossible for you to have like real thoughts on planet Earth, but if you just have like a space of willingness.
Yes, well, it's the willingness. It's the willingness that will allow you to let yourself hear it. You see, it's your willingness that has you sitting here, letting yourself hear what I'm talking about right now. That's why the Course says the only thing that we're being asked for is a little bit of willingness, that everything else is going to be given us. It says, if you decide to go in the direction of the truth, then that's what I want you to do. I'll give you everything else that will support you. So let go of the idea that you've got to come up with the means to make this happen. All you have to do is have a little bit of willingness to see things another way. And also have a willingness to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
See, the Course says, first you say, at least I can decide I don't like the way I feel. And then you follow it up with what? And so I hope I have been wrong. I want another way to look at this. That's what you do. You go, yeah, I'm mad right now about whatever the latest thing I'm making up to make myself mad. But then I tell that, but I don't go into denial. I say, I don't like the way I'm feeling about this. But I follow it up with, but I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right about nothing I'm telling myself if I'm angry and miserable. I don't want to be right about anything that seems to be going on with the government shutdown. I don't want to be right about anything that's going on with racism. I don't want to be right about anything that says I can't have happiness in my life and peace in my life. I don't want to be right about anything I'm telling myself about my childhood in terms of the way that I'm looking at it. You do not want to be right and you're miserable. Because if you're right, then what could you do to correct it? Because if you're right, what's more than right? So the minute you want to be right, but you're miserable, you're keeping yourself stuck in the thing that you're saying you don't want anymore. If your life to you is unhappy in so many areas, then jump up and down with joy and say, I don't like what's happening with my finances, and I don't like what's happening with my spiritual awareness. I don't like what's happening in my relationship. I don't like what's happening in my health right now. And so I hope I am wrong. I want another way to look at it. What can I lose by asking? Answers. Answers. Whew. So, the name of God is not a word, it's a state of consciousness. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. If you're in judgment, if you're in worry, are you tuned into the wrong station? How do you switch frequencies? The way that you switch frequencies is doing your workbook lessons and applying your workbook lessons to the things that are going on. And then say softly in your heart, I tune back to love. I tune back to love. I tune to the voice of love. I tune to the voice of love. And that's how you practice lesson 184. You rename your thoughts one by one, but you don't do it with effort. You do it with gentleness. See, the voice of love, the voice of the Holy Spirit, the voice of God says, you are my beloved child. You are my beloved child. You are my beloved child in whom I am well pleased. Say what? That's your eternal ID card. You can't lose your eternal ID card. You can't delete your eternal ID card. It can't be revoked. It's written in the mind of God. You are beloved as my child, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I care for you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, I don't like you. Well, that's okay. You still can't control how I feel about you. And that's what our Creator is saying to us. I know you may not think you're enough, and I know you may judge yourself. You may hate Hitler, right? But that's an ego. So, no, it doesn't matter how you feel. How you feel is affecting you. It's not affecting the other person. Hello. How you feel is affecting you. It's not affecting the other person. So attacking yourself all day with your upset with somebody else has no effect on them. That's a story you're telling yourself. That's an image that you're making up, that you're projecting out, that's causing you pain. But that's the good news. Because if it's you that's doing it to you, then you can stop.
Yeah.
Woo! But in the beginning, how do you stop? By telling yourself something new that you don't believe at first.
Repeat it.
Right. So you want to repeat it. So then what do? I'll say it again. You tune back to love, right? And you tune to the voice of love. And you rename your thoughts one by one. And the voice of love says, you are my beloved child in whom I am well pleased. Call that your eternal ID card. It's written in God's mind. So every time you say your earth name today, every time you say your what kind of name?
Earth.
Your earth name today, add this silently inside. I am the holy extension of the Creator. I am the holy extension of the Creator. I am the holy extension of the Creator, the universal mind. That one sentence will rewire your whole self-image faster than any affirmation book that you'll ever read. The name of God is my inheritance. The name of love is my inheritance. So lesson 184 is not about worship. It's about ownership. What? You're not begging God to remember you. You're not begging your Creator to remember you. You're remembering that you never left. We are remembering that love is with us. Our Creator is with us. That power is with us. That Spirit is with us. That's what we're doing. We're not worshiping when we come here. We are remembering when we come here. We're not begging our Creator to remember us. We are remembering that we never left our Creator. You're not seeking holiness. You're recognizing you are holy, which means you are innocent, which means you are eternal, which means you are love. That's what holy means. So say it with me in your heart. I am whole. I am holy. I am home. See, that's the name speaking through you. That's the name speaking through you. It's not an echo from heaven, right? It's your true voice. See, when you say, I am whole, I am holy, I am home, that's you talking to you. See, now this the real you talking to you. When you hear a voice that says, you know, you really are innocent. You really do deserve to be happy. That's you talking to you. But the part of you that says you're not worthy, you're guilty, that things could never go right for you, that's the ego. That's what the ego is. It's the voice of fear. It's the voice that's telling you this. I like to put it this way. It's the voice that's telling you things that don't feel good. Like people go, how can I tell if I'm listening to God or Spirit and when I'm listening to my ego? By how you feel. That's how you can tell. Like I had a person run down a whole list of things that was going on in their perception that was making them unhappy. And in the end of it, they felt confused and frustrated and unhappy. And then I said, well, that's how you can know everything you just told yourself is not true. You said, what? Yeah. Did you end up feeling like crap? Feeling unhappy? Feeling confused? Feeling guilty? Feeling unworthy? Then everything that you told yourself was a lie, and it didn't come from your real self. It came from the self that you made up based on the stories that you told yourself or been told since the day you were born. And since you are a creator, you projected all that negativity, and it became the world you perceive and the world you appear to be living in, but it's all based on a lie that you are not as God created you, that you are not as love created you. So, whew, that's beautiful to me. You know, that's the foundation. So we're going to build on it. We're going to build on it even more. So what are we going to do next? Let's look at it. Now that you remember that the name, what the name means, right? Let's talk about how to practice it. The one thing to understand is you're going to let the part of you that love you guide your day, but you call it the Holy Spirit. You're going to let it guide your day. So lesson 184 isn't asking you to chant for hours. It's not asking you necessarily to have to memorize verses. It's asking you to use the name of your Creator, which is love, which is God, which is the universal mind. But you're going to use it like a compass. So every time you repeat it, you're turning toward what we could call your true north. I want to go in the direction of God, which means I want to go in the direction of love, which means I want to go in the direction of peace, which means I want to go in the direction of spirit, which means I want to go into the direction of freedom. That's your North Star. I want to go in the direction of innocence. So somebody trying to make me feel guilty, I'm headed in the opposite direction. Somebody that's attacking me, I'm headed in the opposite direction. If I'm depressing myself by what I say, then I'm going in the opposite direction because my true north is God. My true north is peace. My true north is love. So that means I'm going to have to start disregarding 99% of the things that other people around me are saying and doing and what I'm seeing on TV and what I'm hearing on the news. It means I'm not going to bury my head in the sand and not see what's going on in my dream, in my world, but I'm also going to accuse every one of them of being liars. Because I've already been told and taught not to pay attention to what a liar tells me. And anyone that tells me I'm just a body, I'm just separate, that I'm a sinner, that I'm guilty, that I'm temporary, that I can't have joy, that I'm a victim of the world I see, and I'm just this body that dies one day, they don't know they're doing it because they were programmed to believe it, but they're lying to me. And I've got to be conscious enough not to buy into the lie. And it doesn't mean I have to tell them they're lying because they don't know they're lying. They're just telling me what they were taught and what they learned. So my sisters and brothers are gonna call me Earl. You all are gonna call me Earl. You're gonna treat me like I'm separate from you. I'm gonna treat you like you're separate from me. We're all perpetuating the lie of separation because we were taught to do that. The truth is giving us the truth to start to focus on, which is you really are more than that. And you really are innocent, and you really are eternal, and you're not a victim of anything, and you can change channels, and you can switch to another station. You could switch to another station with the person you're already with. You could switch to the station where your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or mate or partner is a pain in the butt that you're projecting guilt and anger on to change it to another channel through Holy Spirit and love that you all are demonstrating peace and harmony and beauty with each other. You need to change frequencies. You need to change channels. You don't need to be trying to fix and correct the movie that you don't like. Leave the movie. Because there's another movie where what appears to be that exact same person you are experiencing complete peace with. But you got to change channels, and the course is teaching us how to do that through these different things that it's telling us to do in the workbook lesson, for instance. Woo! I need to hear this so bad.
That's sweet.
So see the world as noisy. And the voice of your ego keeps announcing fake emergencies. You're late. You're wrong. You're behind. You're late. You're wrong. You're behind. You're late. You're crazy. Things are not going to go right. Every time you stop and say, the name of God is my inheritance. The name of God is my inheritance. The name of God is my inheritance. That's how you silence the alarm. That's how you cut the alarm off. Try it right now. Whisper in your heart, the name of God is my inheritance. The name of God is my inheritance. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. Feel that small pause after you say it. That stillness, that little pause, that's the voice of love. That's the Holy Spirit answering you. The Holy Spirit does not shout. Earl does. The Holy Spirit doesn't shout. It hums peace through your nervous system. So what we're learning how to do is we're learning how to turn ordinary moments into practice. So let's make this practical. When you brush your teeth tomorrow morning, silently say, I'm brushing my teeth, but I'm cleansing my mind as well. You hear that?
I'm brushing my teeth, but I'm cleansing my mind as well.
When you check your messages, whisper, I communicate only with love today. Checking my messages. I communicate only with love today. I communicate only with love today. That's how you turn routines into rituals. Because you're going to brush your teeth anyway, so you just well say, I'm cleansing my mind. You're going to check your messages. You know you are. So you could just as easily say, I communicate only with love today. The voice of love, the voice of truth, the voice of the Holy Spirit doesn't want you to withdraw from the world. It's not about withdrawing from the world. It wants you to re-enter the world, but with light, with joy, with peace. See, I'm not up in the mountain contemplating my navel. I'm walking down Colfax. I'm going down to the mall. I'm going over my friends' houses. I'm going to stores. I'm not retreating. The world needs me to be here, to be light and joy and peace in the world. The world needs you, and who needs you the most are all the people that you have personal relationships with personally. They're the ones that you're supposed to be around, remembering who they are and remembering who you are while they've temporarily forgotten. That's your job. And if you do that, I promise you, you will be taken care of. You will be given the money you need to stay. You will be given the friendships and the support that you need, because finally you're doing what you came here to be doing as your function, which is to be the light of the world, which is the truth in the world. Do you hear me, Justin? You hear me, Mel? You hear me, Myron? You hear me? That's why we're here. And we're in transition right now. And when we're in transition, there's not usually a lot of people around us while we're changing frequencies. But you're going to become a living magnet as you become who you truly are. So remember, it's not about you withdrawing from the world. It's about you entering the world as light. All right? And also, you still answer the phone, you still pay bills, you still walk the dog, but you don't do it from a place of thinking that you're just this label and just this body. You do it from the perspective that I'm remembering my shared name, that everybody around me, the name of God, the name of love is their inheritance. Everybody around me, they're also spirit, they're also love, they're also very powerful beings who are also creating their experience through the labels and the stories that they're giving themselves. I remember it, they don't remember it, so I have to tell myself, every task is a holy act. When I remember who I am. Every task is a holy act. When I remember who I am, when I remember who I am, even folding laundry becomes a spiritual workshop. We can even match our socks while realizing how nothing is actually missing. So let's be real. You're going to forget. You'll get caught in traffic. You might scroll too long on your phone. You might judge somebody that's standing before you. Even can blink your eye. You've gone off again. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Forgetfulness is not failure. What? Forgetfulness is not failure. It's a reminder that you still want to wake up. And when you notice your mind wandering, don't be so hard on yourself. Just say, oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Let me switch back. I've been on the wrong channel all morning, Earl. I almost ran over a few people, right? Because I got so upset. So just keep in mind that your forgetfulness is not a failure. Your forgetfulness is a reminder that you still want to wake up. And when you notice your mind wandering, don't be so hard on yourself. Just remember to tell yourself, I'm on the wrong channel. Let me switch back. Then repeat the lesson. The name of God, the Creator, the universal mind, is my inheritance. And that one sentence will retune you back to your frequency. Every time. You're not calling on God from far away. God, the higher power, is not far away. You're picking up a call. Actually, you're picking up a call. That's really great. That's already ringing.
Yeah.
God's been ringing and you haven't been picking up. Spirit's been ringing and you haven't been picking up. And I'm going to stop here. And next week, I'm going to start off with relationships as practice. So I want you to read this section. It's awesome. It's awesome. I needed to hear it. I know it was a healing because of the way it feels in my body. And my body has let me know that I tuned into the truth about myself and heard some truth about myself today. And what's really cool is when you remind yourself that every act is a holy act if you're using it to remind yourself of who and what you really are. And that's what you're doing right now. You are whole, you are holy, and you are home. You are whole, you're holy, and you're home. I'm going to pass the bag around for those who would like to share. I appreciate it. You're innocent. Those of you online, if you'd like to make a financial expression of appreciation, as I am a full-time teacher and I appreciate your generosity and your investment in yourself, you can use Venmo, you can go to my website, you can use the Cash App, you can use PayPal, you can use Zelle. All you need is my email address, and my email address is earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. Earl Purdy, P-U-R-D-Y, @earlpurdy.com. As you all know, there's a lot going on right now. I'm being contacted by many different people right now going, what the heck is going on? If you'd like to get some deep, accurate, helpful insight into how you can best use this time to bring yourself peace, then schedule an astrological, numerological session with me or a clarity session. I promise you, I will give you practical things that you can do and get you in touch with what's really going on. But in the end, it's still going to be up to you to follow the treasure map. But at least you'll be focusing your energy. Stop thinking you are so special that you got a problem that there's no solution to. Stop thinking you're so special that you have issues that not even the infinite creator of the universe could solve or give you an answer to. Remember, you're innocent. You just tune into the wrong frequency sometimes. But you can get very powerful instructions between the Course in Miracles and my knowledge of astrology and numerology. And I did an article online on my newsletter that explained the relationship between the Course in Miracles and astrology as I practice it and as I do it. Also, remember this. The Course in Miracles teaches that whatever you do can be used by the Holy Spirit for your awakening. So I'm not giving up something that I've seen value in because I'm studying the Course. The Course says just the opposite. Spirit is going to use that to help you wake up and also help you be a light for other people. So if you're a lawyer, you don't have to stop being a lawyer. And if you're a teacher, you don't have to stop being a teacher. And whatever you're doing in the world, especially if it's something you're trained at and you're good at, Spirit can use that for your healing and the awakening of everybody else. Sometimes it is good to stop doing something because you feel no fulfillment and that's not your path. Sometimes you just need a new perception of the thing that you're already doing. And then you'll benefit because you don't have to learn something entirely new, but all of a sudden you're being used by Spirit. So it's going to be something that's bringing you joy where it used to bring you pain. And just remember that. Your ego is always going to try to make things more complicated than it has to be. It's going to always try to get you to go after what you don't have already and then tell you, when you get this thing you don't already have, then you're going to be able to be successful. Spirit is always saying, I want to make you aware of what you already have so that you can use what you already have to your advantage. And I'm going to send you the people to you that need you just the way you are. You don't have to struggle. The Course in Miracles says point blank that if you're following the guidance of Spirit, you have obstacles removed before you even get to them. So if your life is a struggle, you're not paying attention to your guidance. You're not doing what you came here to do. You're following what the world taught you that you should be trying to do for success. Or you still focus on the images that you made from your childhood, or you're projecting fear about what's going to happen in the future. So that's what's happening. So I'm available. You can go to my website. You can self-book a session with me. And then we can talk about it and go through exactly what you need to do to get to the peace that you're looking for. November 15th, which is 2025, which is next Saturday. For the members on my website, I'm doing a workshop on abundance and prosperity, coming from the Course in Miracles perspective and truth perspective. Right now, I'm doing a special because I'm getting all of this together where you can get a lifetime membership for $97 investment. So you can still go online and sign up for that and then take part in the workshop. And then after the first of the year, it's going to be a monthly fee to be a member. And I'm going to have a lot of stuff that's geared toward that because I want to build a community called the Temple of Connection where we all working together to take stuff to another level. And people invest money in things they value. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not saying, oh, it's free. It is. I got 1,000 videos online that you can watch and no charge whatsoever, including this one. All right? So you got to feel innocent about receiving for what you do.
When will this one be up? You know?
This it's gonna be next Saturday. It's when I'm doing it.
This today.
Oh yeah. It's immediately available on Facebook.
Okay.
It usually takes about 24 hours before it's available on YouTube. But I'm doing it on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, so that we can reach. There's a lot of people that's ready for a change. Yeah, and you wouldn't believe the mail and stuff that I'm getting from people. A lot of people go, I'm tired of this fear. I want to tap into the love. So I'm going to take these three statements. I am whole, I am holy, I am home. So we're going to do that for a minute. Just let yourself hear it if you like. But remember, it's all about what? It's all about the repetition. You are whole, you are whole, you are whole. You are holy, you are whole, you are home, you are home, you are holy, you are home. You are the holy, healing extension of the child of God. You are the beloved child in whom your Creator is well pleased. Your Creator is well pleased. Your Creator is well pleased. Your Creator is well pleased with you. Now tell yourself, I tune back to love. Say what? I tune back to love. You tune back to love. You tune back to love. You tune to the voice of love. You tune back to love. You tune to the voice of love. The name of God is your inheritance. 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 The name of God is my inheritance. The name of God is my inheritance. The name of God is your inheritance. Your inheritance. Now say this to yourself. I rest in God. I remember who I am. I rest in God. I remember who I am. I rest in God. I remember who I am. I rest in God. I remember who I am. You rest in God. You remember who you are. You rest in God. You remember who you are. You rest in God. You rest in God. You can change the channel. 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 Change the channel. How do you change the channel? You change the channel through your Course in Miracles Workbook Lessons. You change the channel. You change the channel through applying and using the Course in Miracles Workbook Lessons. You change the channel. You give yourself the love frequency. You change the channel by using your workbook lessons, applying them, even if you don't believe it, 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 you say it. Even though you don't believe it, you say the truth. You keep on repeating it. You keep on repeating it, even though you may not believe it fully. You consider it more and more, and you keep on repeating it. And then one day, lo and behold, you accept the truth, and then your life changes in an instant. You can recognize who you are and change your world in the next. You can recognize the truth and change your world in the next. Repetition and remembering. My mighty companions, I appreciate you and I love you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. My mighty companions.